Good day everyone, welcome to the F1 Corner. The Styrian Grand Prix just ended with a victory from Lewis Hamilton. Hats off to him, who did everything perfect and just dominated the race from beginning until the end. I hope you're seeing well. I'm trying to modify my setup right now, so I know this is not perfect and this is a fairly new channel. Please leave a comment, tell me what you think and what to improve. So without further ado, let's take a look at this Styrian Grand Prix. Who are the winners and the losers, and who needs to improve? And yeah, let's start obviously with the winners. We start with Mercedes. Yeah, they did everything perfect. Even though they look like they might be a little bit on the back foot in practice session, Hamilton just did an incredible quali lap under the rain on Saturday, just eclipsing everyone else's time. Bottas, not bad, managed to do a fourth, and during the race, both cars just above everyone else. Toto Wolff said that they still had gearbox issues and had to be careful of the curbs. This is starting to look like a bluff. In the end, both cars just dominated, Bottas passing Verstappen at the end of the race for second place. So this is the first 1-2 of the season. Bottas still leads the championship, but definitely Mercedes are the team to beat this year. They look like they are truly back into it. They are our first winners and definitely deserves a note of 9 out of 10 for this weekend. Red Bull. Yeah, best after Mercedes. They are clearly behind them, sadly. So they will probably fight for second this year. I'm not sure they can fight for the championship. But overall, they both did a good job, both Verstappen and Albon. Verstappen doing second and Albon qualifying sixth yesterday in the rain. During the race, Verstappen kept a solid second place until the very end, tried to avoid an undercut by Bottas by pitting early, which in the end cost him because in the last few laps of the race, Bottas caught up to him at an incredible pace with fresher tires, and Verstappen could do nothing really but defend. And Alex Albon also defending toward the end against Sergio Perez, doing a good job. Including defending against a very aggressive overtaking try by Perez. So both Red Bull finishing third and fourth. I think that's the best they could hope, unless Mercedes ran into bad luck again. But they do deserve a good 8 out of 10 for this race. Racing Point, definitely worth being called winners. They had an awful qualifying session, not better than 17 and 12 yesterday. But Sergio Perez and Lance Stroll both really made up for it during the race. Perez managed to finish sixth overall. He tried something very, very ambitious against Alex Albon at the very end of the race, which cost him in the end. He damaged his wings and just lost a lot of pace, so he could not keep up, but managed to hang on to sixth place, so it's an 11th place boost for Perez. Really good job on his side. Lance Stroll sadly still looking like he's in the shadow of Sergio. He got stuck behind Daniel Ricciardo for many laps, which Sergio overtook like it was nothing before. And in the end, Stroll also tried an ambitious overtaking on Ricciardo. Managed to pass him to finish 7, but as I'm recording this is still under investigation as both drivers went off track. So is there a responsibility there, or is it a real overtaking? So Stroll currently 7th, but It could change in the next hours, minutes, and even by the time I post this. But still, again, both Racing Point delivering the goods, showing that they are truly in that fight for best of the rest, and deserve this weekend a nice 7.5 out of 10. McLaren, yeah, another solid performance. Remember that last week Lando Norris managed to finish third on the podium, and this weekend Sainz doing third place in qualifying under the rain, great quality on his side. Norris starting ninth after a 3-place grid penalty, still not bad. Both drivers started the race on different strategy. Norris was on the soft tire and Sainz on the medium. In the end, this ended up benefiting Lando Norris, and he found himself fighting until the very end, once again, the very last lap to gain places. He overtook Sergio Perez in the last few corners of this race to finish 5th. Carlos Sainz, sadly, not as fast as his teammate, but again, they were trying different strategies, but it's not that bad. Sainz finishing 9th, getting some points also for the team, and both drivers doing excellent teamwork. At some point, Norris had to pass through, and Sainz really just very docile, knew that Norris was faster, let him through. So 5 and 9 for McLaren. They deserve also a 7.5 out of 10. We have to mention Williams, even though they finish in the last place this weekend, just because George Russell delivered an incredible quali lap yesterday, starting the race in 11th place. And even at the start of the race, he managed to do a good start and hold his ground. Up until lap 5, he was fighting with people behind who were faster than him. Unfortunately, lost the rear of his Williams and got into the gravel pit. But at least, he showed that he can really hold contenders behind him, that he can have a good start, can resist pressure. Even though he finished second to last, good job, George Russell and Nicolas Latifi. Learning again this weekend, but was able for most of the race to keep in touch with his teammate, more or less the same pace. So that's an improvement from last week. And also, just gaining experience. We have to give a chance to Latifi. But yeah, good job. We have to just take those little victories for Williams when they come, and I hope they keep improving if they want to stay in those winners. So Williams again this week, 7 out of 10. Now time to look at whose team get still a passing grade. Not great, not bad, but deserve it. Starting with Alfa Tauri. Gasly did pack up a good quali lap in the wet. He started 7. Ended up, sadly, the big loser this weekend. Pierre Gasly trying for the hard tire after his first pit stop. Did not work at all. He had to pit again and finish 15th. So it did not work. He's the big loser for AlphaTauri. But Kvyat doing a good job, finishing 10th, getting the last point after starting 13th. In the end for AlphaTauri, it's just, we could say, another weekend at the office. They're not good, they're not bad. They're taking the opportunities when they can. They're probably at the top of the low midfield. And yeah, 1 point for them. Overall, good job, nothing incredible, but they did what they had to do and, got the result. 6.5. Ooh, this is out of the screen, that's bad. 6.5 out of 10 for AlphaTauri. I'm sorry for that. Renault, yeah, good quali, 5 and 8 under the rain, and I would say here it's Ricardo that saves the day. That's the only reason that they are in the passing grade category. Esteban Ocon had to retire early on lap 26 due to cooling issue, but Daniel Ricciardo fought all the race against Lance Stroll, against the McLaren, to stay in the points, to keep his place. Sadly, he ended up loser in this midfield battle after an ambitious overtaking try by Lance Stroll. But as I said earlier, this is still under review, so it is possible that Ricardo will gain a place by the time I post this video. Still, Ricardo finished 8th, getting some precious points for Renault, but at the moment I'd say that they look like they are at the back of the high midfield, so behind Racing Point and behind McLaren. They also need to improve, and of course Ricardo, knowing that he leaves the team, is he as motivated as he should be? Nobody knows, but yeah, Renault, okay performance this weekend overall. They deserve also a 6 out of 10. Our last passing grade, Haas. Just forget about qualifying. Both drivers clearly awful under the rain with this car. Qualifying 15 and Grosjean not even doing a quali time, not even one lap, because he damaged the car. So both drivers were starting at the back of the grid. This week they managed to keep the car on track and just gather the data that they needed. So overall they finished 12 and 13. Not great, but that's probably what they should hope for at this time. They can improve, they gathered the data, they did the job this week. So it's a 6 out of 10 for Haas. And finally, our losers. And this is not red because of the team that's in there. They're just losers for this weekend. Starting with Alfa Romeo, another tough weekend for them. They were never really there. Both drivers not even making it out of Q1. And during the race, nothing really. They were never there either. Kimi was able to find some pace at the second half, managing all the way up to P11, but that's the best that they could do unless some bad luck struck on drivers up front. And Giovinazzi, not anything to mention really, finishing 14. Tough luck for Alfa Romeo, they need to improve, they have a lot more potential. They get a 5 out of 10 for this weekend. And obviously, our big losers, I think the picture speaks for itself. Ferrari, lap 1, Leclerc hits Vettel in the back, damaging his rear wing, forcing a retirement, and Leclerc damaging his own car, forced to retire on the second lap of the race. This is a weekend to forget for Ferrari. Even in quali, they were not really there. 10th and 12th and 11th, sorry, and Leclerc picked up a penalty for blocking Kvyat. They had to finish this race. They brought a lot of upgrades, wanting to know if the car was up to speed, if those were working in provision for Hungary next week. They gathered no data at all, 3 corners, and that's it. Leclerc took the blame, but that's not enough to apologize for the team. Ferrari needs to do better. They've been really losers of this whole race, the one that nothing to do. So Ferrari, sadly, they only deserve, and I'm being pretty critical here, 2 out of 10 this weekend. I'm sorry, but gonna do better. So that's it for this summary of the Styrian Grand Prix. I will see you in Hungary next week. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. What do you think? Help me improve this channel. I'm counting on you guys to help me. You can also follow me on Facebook at the F1 Corner. Thank you for everything, guys. I hope you had a great time and that you appreciate this. See you next time, and take care. Take care.